They call me Squirrel.
What's going on, Squirrel Squad? It is your boy the Squirrel. Obviously, it's the Hey Look Squirrel channel. You're the Squirrel Squad. Obviously, you know who I am. That kind of all works together, right? I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, it's good to see you. This is Pam Ayres, I wish I'd looked after my teeth. I am going to still do the same screen that I normally do, but I was trying to find a live version of this because it started running on its own a little bit as I was getting everything set up, and I realized it's just a static photo. So I jumped ahead a bunch of spots, and it's a static photo the whole time. So that's okay though. We'll take a look at this photo, and I'll listen, and then we'll discuss. You ready to be ready to? You're not ready to. How can you ready to discuss? We haven't listened to it yet. What are you doing? What am I doing? What is everybody doing? All right. Let's give it a whirl. Here we go. Pam Ayres. I should have looked after my teeth.
Right. Well, I'm going to do... Oh, I wish I'd looked after me teeth. Oh, I wish I'd looked after me teeth and spotted the dangers beneath. Oh, the toffees I chewed and the sweet sticky food. Oh, I wish I'd looked after me teeth. I wish I'd been that much more willing when I had more tooth there than filling, to give up gobstoppers from respect to me choppers and to buy something else with me shilling. When I think of the lollies I licked and the licorice all sorts I picked, sherbet dabs, big and little, or that hard peanut brittle, my conscience gets horribly pricked. Well, my mother, she told me no end. If you've got a tooth, you got a friend. I was young then and careless. My toothbrush was airless. I never had much time to spend. Well, I showed him the toothpaste all right. I flashed it about late at night. But up and down brushing and poking and fussing didn't seem worth the time I could bite. If I'd known I was paving the way to cavities, caps and decay, the murder of fillings, injections and drillings, I'd have thrown all my sherbet away. So I lie in the old dentist chair and I gaze up his nose in despair. And his drill, it do whine in these molars of mine, to amalgam, he'll say, for in there. How I laughed at my mother's false teeth as they foamed in the waters beneath. But now comes the reckoning. It's me they are beckoning. Oh, I wish I'd looked after me teeth.
Oh goodness! So that's the second Pam Ayres piece I've done, and I'll do more. Pam Ayres, that was great. I wish I'd looked after me teeth. There's a lot about me that maybe a lot of people don't know, and I tried to a couple times now to gather enough information to do like a Q&A piece. I'm just going to take everything I have and do one. But one of the things about me is that when I was a kid, I actually found this paper years ago when I was cleaning up some stuff in my dad's attic, and it was a little book that I had, and in the book it said, "When I grow up, I want to be," and it was poet/priest/wrestler. I want to be a poet, priest, wrestler. At the time, I was like 12 years old, and I was an altar boy at the local church. So I thought, the priest puts on these great celebrations, and he helps people mourn at funerals, and he does weddings, and he celebrates all these great holidays. I thought, what a great job this is. How cool would that be? Thank God I didn't stick with that. There would be no little squirrels. There'd be no Mrs. Squirrel. There'd probably be no squirrel. I mean, can you imagine? Father Squirrel reacts. I don't know. Anyways, wrestler. I want to be a wrestler. I love wrestling. I worked in wrestling. Worked in wrestling for 4 years. See? So I did get to do that a little bit. And then poetry. Never had a piece of poetry published. I wanted to be a writer when I got older, and I started writing articles, and I did get an article submitted and printed in a magazine down in Sarasota, Florida. It was kind of cool. But none of my poems were ever printed. I wrote a couple children's books, and they're very rhymey, kind of Dr. Seussy, and wanted one of my kids to illustrate them. But none of my kids end up being illustrators. And then somewhere there's a box. I can't even find them nowadays. They're here somewhere. I would throw them out, but all my writings and everything, it's crazy. So really, to me, Pam Ayres really sticks out to me. This is why I've clung to her so much because I know what she's doing. I wanted to be a poet. I mean, and that was like poet, priest, wrestler. Hello, poet part of it. So that was a great piece. Very funny. Very funny. Very familiar things she talked about too, with the sherbet and the all sorts. And these are all things that I've gotten to experience thanks to all the loving people from the UK that have taken care of me over the years. So very cool. More Pam Ayres for you. There you go. So if you wonder if I was going to do more, I did it. If you wonder if I'm going to do more, probably. Take care, all right? Happy New Year again. Squirrel out.